nothing but the dog in me. Why must I chase the cat?
Good evening and welcome to Pound Posse Presents. I am over the moon tonight to have back with me Juno and her mom, Deb Young.
Thank you for having us.
And I thank you for being here. What would a trip here be without weather?
Yeah, heavy rain.
At least it wasn't snow this time.
Yes, we made good time.
Yeah, and last time, of course, it was only snow in Waterbury.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was weird.
So first of all, we would like to say happy birthday to our little diva-licious Juno. Happy birthday, Juno.
Happy birthday, Juno.
Oh, what's this? I feel like this is Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Oh, and Burt, and a birthday present. Oh my! Come on, Burt.
Hey,
Yes, we
Burt.
have Burt here with us tonight.
Whoa, you just kicked Juno in the face. Thank you, Burt.
Is that a birthday present
Oh
for
my
Juno?
God, it's a sweater. And a purple sweater.
Oh my goodness.
Juno, isn't that awesome?
Happy birthday from Burt.
Thank you, Burt.
Wow.
Yeah, purple and blue, favorite colors.
And she rocks them both.
Thank you, Burt.
Of course, then again, Juno rocks everything. And I told you last night on your Facebook page you would find something to wear tonight, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yes, oh, you gonna come say thank you to Burt?
Say thanks, Burt.
Oh,
And
isn't that a moment?
Okay, that was caught on camera.
Yeah, that was live for everybody to see. So anyway, we have Burt here too. I can't stand it. I love him. I love you, Burt. I love Juno too. Oh, Burt wants to go.
Burt's
okay.
out.
Burt's in peace. Where's Ma? Yeah, we do have to say that the ever elusive Ma is here in the studio as well.
Yep.
But as usual, she is being ever elusive.
Correct.
Anyway,
Okay.
in addition to Juno's birthday, congratulations are in order because she is now a certified therapy dog.
Yes.
Congratulations, Miss
With Pause
Juno.
for Friendship. So we're looking forward to doing a lot more things.
Yeah, and that's through Gizmo's Friends.
Yes.
And yeah, we talked about that a couple weeks ago on the show. We had a little congratulations for Juno, and you know, it's really awesome. She's cut out for it.
Yep.
She really is.
She's
And
very relaxed.
She is. She's really cool right now too. She's just like, I'm here in my little Red Sox jersey, and you know, the New Yorker in me forgives that. It's all okay.
Thank you.
I love you guys anyway. Hi, Burt. You coming back? You can come back if you'd like and come sit with us. No, you just want to check out the studio?
Checking out the tree.
Yeah. You know about dogs and Christmas trees, right?
Yep.
Burt, you're on your best behavior. It's a fact that Juno and Burt always have fun. They always have adventures.
Yes.
And they get into a little trouble.
Everywhere they go.
Yeah. I think that probably if Burt were going to be a therapy dog, it would be for Ted.
Yes.
Since they spend so much time together.
yeah.
Yes. But we will hope that they won't get into their usual shtick of trouble tonight. But,
Good.
you know,
Settle
we'll
down.
see. We'll see. Yeah, Juno looks like she's up for trouble.
I know,
right
settle
now.
down.
Yeah, like stop. But the bottom line is Juno and Burt and you and Ma. Back, wherever she's hiding. She's
this
like
point.
the mystery force in the studio right now. You're always doing good things. You're into, you know, whether it's supporting shelters or building housing for dogs or school supplies. We've touched on all that before.
Right.
But sometimes there's a more serious side
Yes.
to what needs to be done. And you've kind of taken another direction. You're tackling another topic.
Yep.
And you've got your Speak Up campaign.
Yes.
And that's kind of taking the country by storm, literally.
Yep. 27 states, including Alaska and Canada as of now.
Yeah,
doing good.
and that's like in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, that's like, imagine, you're going to hit all 50. And I know you are.
Hope so.
But let's talk about the Speak Up campaign.
Okay. The Speak Up campaign generally is trying to draw the connection between domestic abuse and animal abuse. And we're hoping that more people who suspect animal abuse will start to call 911, because once the police get there, that gets their foot in the door to see other forms of abuse. And they're literally trained to see these things.
Right, but they have to get inside.
But they have to get inside.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the domestic abuse goes under the radar per se, but a lot of people notice dogs tied out. They notice dogs that are thin, you know, cats that are locked outside and stuff, you know, different things.
They hear the cries of the animals.
The cries of the animals, and yes, they should be calling, and at that point, police can come in and notice things in the way that a female is speaking or a way a child looks or behaves, and they are trained to pick up on those things.
And we were talking about how a kid will basically spill the beans.
Oh, yes.
Almost every time.
Yeah, it's a proven fact, though, that children will speak up on behalf of their animals before they speak up for themselves.
Yeah.
But their little truth mag, you know, right there, it's like, ugh.
Oh, yeah,
There it
they'll
is.
blurt it all out in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
My mother used to say, kid will send you to jail, you
Yeah,
know?
but they're the best witness for
Yeah.
that, you know, because
They
as soon
are.
as it comes out, it's out. You can't take it back.
Yeah, and it's totally, it's spontaneous and it's innocent and it just, you know, it comes out and it needs to be paid attention to. You know, animal abuse is where it starts.
Yes, it is. 76% of animal abusers abuse a member of the family, you know, and
that's huge.
yeah.
That really is huge. I mean, when you think about, all right, the animals are suffering, and that's like one whole facet of a topic a cause to get involved in.
Yeah.
And then you could bring the people into it, and
Right.
it's so tied together
Yeah.
that people have to start doing something.
Well, the first thing is, well, I'll use the example of Jeffrey Dahmer. His father literally knew that he was doing these things to frogs, cats, and dogs. He honestly thought he was going to grow out of it, and we all know what Jeffrey Dahmer did.
Yeah, no, you don't grow out of it. That's a sick fascination to hurt an animal. It's to hurt a person, and it's just like it feeds. The more you do it, the more it's not enough anymore.
No, it's the animals are small and helpless and almost so easy to do that they have to start moving on to something bigger and better.
Yeah,
and
it's not a challenge anymore.
No, it's not a challenge. They have to, and that's really scary when you realize that you know the person sitting next to you. You know, what are they capable of?
Yeah.
But the examples are Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, the Hillside Strangler, John Wayne Gacy, all of them. And none of that ever came out until after they were caught.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's the fact is, you know, they get caught because people are being hurt, people are being killed, and other awful things. And then the past unravels.
Yeah.
You know, they dig into it where, you know, if someone had
Spoken up.
yeah, a long time ago, how much Burt shaking his little jingly bells there, his little collar, you hear that noise, that's what it is, it's Burt. Yeah, if people would have spoken up a long time ago, how many lives could have been untouched, undamaged, saved?
But the thing is also 48% of your sexual offenders also started with animals as well. So.
And that's a scary thought as well.
Yeah.
You know, the things that people will do to animals are the things that people will do and more to people.
Right, but what scares me to think about, to sit and think about, is the creativeness of some of the things that people do to these animals. I mean, it's one thing to get mad and say, oh, I'm going to smack you, but to literally go through this process of whatever they've chosen to do,
the torture, the
and
maiming,
to sit and think about it, then to act it out and to carry it out, it's so scary.
Yeah, where does that get into your head?
I don't know.
How do you think of that stuff?
I don't know.
You've got to be a sick individual to sit there and plot this out and think.
Yeah.
I mean, you usually, it's not spontaneous.
Right.
It's very well thought out. It's very well planned, and it's escalated. Well, this was this way. Now I'm going to try this and see how that feels or what that does for me. And it's scary.
And a lot of times, the abuse is just about overpowering.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of times in domestic abuse cases, like women will not leave the home in fear of what happens to the animals.
Yeah.
And in a lot of cases, children act out what they've seen go on between mom and dad on the animals. And that's where, you know, once you see a child abusing an animal, it's nothing to be ignored. Right away, you need to tell.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to know.
Yeah, if there's anything that seems off, you know, there are different ways that people handle things, and children will act out what they see at home.
Right.
And, you know, if a kid is kicking and hitting and punching another kid, if a kid is, you know, hitting a dog or not playing nice with the dog or the cat or whatever, it's a red flag.
Instant.
And people don't like to get involved.
See, that's the other thing that I mean, it comes in a lot of ways, but I'm not very old, but I know in my day when people saw somebody get hurting an animal, mugging a little old lady, you'd get 5 people jumping out of a car, running over and attacking this person. Now, if you do that, there's a chance you're going to get shot. There's a chance you're going to get a good Sam, you know, that's going to end up getting sued. So people just literally drive by going, oh, do you see that lady getting her head kicked in? Keep going. Let's go to McDonald's.
Oh, the light's green. Let's go.
But we have to get people back into the habit of helping. You know, yes, 1 or 2 people might get hurt. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but I would take one for the team if I saw somebody getting hurt. What is happening is these criminals know that this is the case. They know that no one's going to jump in. So they continue with their actions. They see you all driving by.
They're fearless now. They think they're above the law. And they're fearless, and you know, who's going to stop them? We have
to get back into speaking up and helping strangers, and because that's the only way that people are going to have any fear that there's going to be repercussions. You know, basically, and what I do now is a lot of times I know people say put down the phone, don't just run into it. I always take a picture and literally jump out of the car. So if something were to happen, somebody does have a picture on my cell phone knowing the last place that I was. Granted, my car might end up in a river, but you know, they're going to find my phone, they're going to see that picture saying I was here, and maybe there's a license plate there or something, but they're going to know where I was. Because I know you are not that type of person that's going to drive by. Oh, no, I can't drive by. I have to find a place to turn around, get back, and you know, figure out what to do. But yeah, there's been some scary times where I have stepped up, and I've been confronted, but I mean, I've never been hurt. I mean, I've really met some nice people that way, you know what I mean? And in some of the areas I'm in Worcester, feeding homeless cats, there's actually some very nice gang members. You know, hi, they look out for you and everything, and I mean, I feel
they know what you're doing.
I feel so safe.
Back.
I feel so safe. I'm like, yeah, that's my buddy. What did you say? Yeah, that's my friend.
Word. It's all good. But you know, then you have the abuse on the street, but then you have the stuff that goes on in a home. And you know, there's these days, back in our day, and I'm older than you, you could spank your child and, you know, no one would bat an eyelash. And, you know, spanking could escalate to abuse. And that's where, you know, all of this, you know, calling Department of Children and Families or social services or whatever, it's done far more often now. But even at that, the people that you call for help don't respond. And, you know, you started to touch on that whole aspect of, you know, you have to make the call. If there's people who are there, they're afraid to leave. You know,
71% of women will not leave the home in fear of what's going to happen to the animals.
I mean, how do you even justify it? It's the hardest thing to imagine, being stuck.
Well, a lot of people say, and we actually made a post on Juno's Place about it, how can you stay? How come you're not leaving? Well, sometimes people's self-esteem are brought down so much, or they're pounded down so much, or they're in so much fear, they literally can't leave because they're going to be hunted. And they don't have enough courage on their own because they've been beaten down so much that they're like, I'm stuck here, I'm going to die here.
And that's a horrible feeling, and it's the shame of it. It's you know, the keeping what goes on behind closed doors, and people have to understand, just because you're in a bad situation, it doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't make you any less deserving of a better life. You know, you don't deserve those beatings. You don't deserve, you know, the abuse that's coming your way. If you are trying to fight for your animal, you should fight for yourself too. Unfortunately, for a lot of these people, fighting for the animal is what keeps them going. You know, it's their lifeline. If
the animals are a source of comfort and support to them. And basically what happens is the victimizer will start abusing the animals to hurt that person. You know what I mean?
Because it's a way to get to them.
It's a way to beat them down.
It's another form of abuse. It's not just about abusing the animal. It's another way to abuse the victim.
To control. It's all about control. And it goes the same for children. You know, if they see dad or mom doing something to the animal, they're gonna, you know, that's my animal. Okay, all right. I'll do what you say.
I'll be good.
You know, please,
I'll do whatever you ask
me to. Give me, you know, please, you know. And that is their comfort. So.
It's a tough situation, you know, to be in. It's a tough situation to deal with. And what is your hope for this campaign?
I'm really hoping that This campaign is in the form of rat cards and stuff like that. That's going out to shelters, domestic violence shelters. Some lawyers have stood up, and I'm hoping to bring it into Worcester because, like I said, we're everywhere right now but Worcester. So I'm hoping people will sit there, see one of these cards, know somebody, or feel something that's going on with them, and maybe have a little courage to call that they understand that this is what's going on, and I have to get out of this.
Right.
You know, or I have to help my friend get out of this. You know, I've noticed that my friend hasn't been acting right, or maybe a teacher in school, I noticed, you know, Sarah's not acting right.
Right,
you know, maybe I should talk to the principal and maybe have somebody talk to her.
Because it's really hard to approach the victim.
Correct.
Because you don't want to be wrong.
Right.
And that puts a strain on a relationship, you know, makes a very awkward situation. Do you want to show some of the rat cards now?
Yeah.
Zach, let's get those up. We'll go one by one.
That's me and Nikki. She's a beautiful model.
She is. So are you.
I'm trying to look serious.
I think you play it off. You play it well. Let's get the next one, Zach.
Yes, I never want people to be bullied into silence. I really want people to start speaking up for the pleas that go unheard, just like it said. We have to speak up for those who can't speak for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And the next one? I love this one.
Everyone needs have a place where they feel absolutely safe. Look, that's my dog, Butter. He has since passed. Look at how calm he is. Like, I mean, he's just out like a light.
Yep.
I want people, as well as their animals, to have a place where they feel absolutely safe. And like I was saying before, like children should feel safe in school, feel that they should be able to say something there. Maybe a woman should feel safe that she can speak to a coworker. People have to have one place, even in their own mind, where they can feel safe.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be like that one person, that one outlet, that one, you know, lifeline.
Yeah.
Where you can just let it out, even just a little bit. And you know, sometimes if you let it out just a little bit, the rest will come.
Right.
You know, it opens that door.
Yeah.
Zach, let's get the next one.
Anyone can be a victim, and that's true. Anyone.
Yeah.
You think that the rich woman, this one, that one, anyone can be a victim, be it human or animal. It doesn't matter how good their lifestyle is or how bad their lifestyle is. Anyone. Every
walk of life.
Yeah.
Whether it's, you know, a stray animal, an animal in a home.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep. Mostly, a lot of times, and I hate this, it is the strays that get it because they're the innocent ones coming up thinking they're going to get a snack and they get something else.
Yeah.
And the trusting ones, the ones that have had homes.
Yeah, because they think that they can depend on people.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, people are the biggest ones.
They're disappointed.
Yeah.
Very disappointed with what they find.
And the next one, Zach?
That's my friend Alex. He has the cards in his UPS store. And so that's in Auburn, and he's one of the first ones that we started the campaign with. He's a huge animal lover, a good friend of mine. He's a great guy. So.
Yeah, him and Juno look like they're tight.
Oh, she loves him. She loves Alex.
That's cool. The next one, Zach?
Yes, there comes a time when silence means betrayal. I mean, if you know something and you're just not saying it, you know, you're actually betraying whoever.
You're part of the problem.
Yes.
You're definitely part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because you've got the key to open that door.
Yep.
And you really should.
And you have to take a chance. You have to try.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know who you're going to be saving.
Right. You know, they're just like that. You might know of one person, but there's a whole family maybe involved. There's children involved. There's the animals involved. By you taking that key that you have in your hand and doing something with it, you can make a huge difference. And the next one?
That's Butter, just showing how trusting he is.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. I miss him a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry. The next one?
Not all victims can call 911, and that brings us back to the animals.
Yeah.
They can't.
No.
You know, again, that's why they depend on us.
And we have to be their voice.
Yeah.
Next one, Zach?
If I don't stand up for them, there's an animal in that picture with me, she's next, which is perfect, you know, which it's true. If it's not the animal, it's going to be an innocent child.
Yeah.
It's going to be a person.
Yeah, it's not going to stay with just the animal.
Right, so don't think that just because someone did something to an animal that they're just going to stop there. They're not. They're going to go for that child.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Unfortunately, some of these just don't fit the screen as well as they could. What's the next one, Zach? There we are.
Yes, the spark of life, and that's true. Everybody wants to live. You know, the desire to live is amazing, and everybody has that desire, and they should be allowed to do so, you know, free of of
and
fear.
have a life.
Yes, and have their...
Not have to live in fear
Right.
and worry about when the next beating comes, when the next hurt comes, you know, and to be free from all of those ties and
Yeah.
binds and chains and
Yeah.
baggage.
Yeah, we have a huge desire to live, and, you know, it's that fight in us.
Yeah.
But sometimes we need a little help in the fight, you know?
Yeah, sometimes it gets beat down and you know, out of a person,
Yeah.
and it's not any way to live.
Mm.
Next one.
That's just another play on not all victims can call 911.
Yeah. And the next one. I like that one.
I was going to say I like that one with Nikki because she,
Yeah.
you know, she reads off of me very well for the photos that we try to take. Like in the first one, you know, she knew to be kind of sitting up and happy,
Yeah.
and in this one, she knew it was a more somber photo, and she just did. I mean, it came out perfect.
Yeah.
She's really a good model.
Yeah. Well,
Shout
we
out to
both
Nikki.
are. Yeah. Hey, Nikki. Hi. Next one.
If you see something, say something.
Yeah.
Speak up. It's time to speak up.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's another good one. You and Nikki both a formidable team there behind.
Yeah, Nikki's great.
Yeah.
She is. She knows. She's like, photo.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's camera. Time for me to ham it up.
Yeah.
Next one, Zach.
That's with Juno and Scout. That's my other dog, Scout. That is our basic campaign poster that we can end domestic abuse and animal abuse. Like I said, I'm trying to tie the two things together to really get more people and a farther reach to
Yeah.
draw the both together.
Yeah. And I think we have one more.
Yeah. In that photo, it's not showing, but that's me and Butter. I'm just trying to get people to call 911. And on the other side of that photo is actually a woman who's been
Yeah.
abused, and she's got some black eyes and stuff like that. And that was similar to the child photo. If I don't stand up for them, meaning the animals, she's next.
Yeah. And unfortunately, yeah, the
Yeah.
side of that picture doesn't carry on the screen, but you know, it's a woman who's banged up pretty good.
Yep.
And you know, I can't imagine living that way. I can't. We'll take the camera back. I mean, I have to say, these are some very powerful images. You know, you put them together
Yeah.
very well, and I think that the message is clear. And you know, you're a little thing, and with these dogs, and it puts the right spin on it. You
Yep.
know, I think they're very well done, and I think, you know, you did a great job, and I hope that not only will it get out there, but that it'll help.
Yeah.
I mean, you've kind of opened a can of worms, so to speak.
Yes, we have.
There are people who are messaging you on Juno's page.
Yes, I'm actually getting quite a few private messages from longtime Juno fans that are saying that this has opened up something or touched them very close to home, and they're really sharing private stories as to what has happened to them, and now they're free from it, but some of them didn't have an easy transition. Some of them actually had some horrible things happen. Some of them got out in time. Some of them, I'll say, didn't get out in time, meaning that something had happened to the animal, and it took what had happened to realize that they could now run because that animal
Right.
was gone, but that animal was sacrificed to do that.
Yeah.
And they regret it now, but I keep answering them back, and I'm saying, well, I'm so happy that you're okay.
Yeah.
You know, but now you know, I mean, and there's nothing we can do to go about the past, but you're okay now, and you have to move forward, and maybe you can help somebody else.
Right. You know, that's it all goes back into everybody getting involved.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
if there's strong people to turn to, if there's a place to go,
Yeah.
if there's people who are aware, then it makes it easier to open that door.
Yeah, but what we have to do in general is get animal services working with social services, working with law enforcement, because actually social services is required to report animal abuse, and animal abuse services are required to report to social services. So we just have to get them doing that.
Yeah, everybody
you know?
needs to be on the same page, and I
Yeah.
think that there's a lot of work that needs to be done there, because everybody would rather not have to do the paperwork and just go home at the end of the day
Right.
and just let it, you know, well, if they call again,
Maybe we'll do something
Yeah,
about
maybe
it.
we'll do something. And there's not necessarily that, what if they can't call again?
Right. maybe that time is done.
Yeah,
and
maybe
that's the last time.
Maybe it's too late and you were there and you could have done something.
Right.
So everybody kind of needs to step up their game in a big way.
Yeah.
And if you're in a position where you need help, reach out for it. You know, we kind of talked about it'd be nice to be able to say, here, call this number for help. But it varies.
Yeah, it's so widespread across states that I don't have a general abuse place to refer everybody to right now. Everybody has to start looking in their state and city and see what they have and what they have to work with, because we would even love to see more shelters, maybe a few cages in case someone had to leave, and it's a spur of the moment thing.
That's a very big thing, is people would leave if they could take their animal.
Yep.
You know, that's a big roadblock.
Right.
If they could get out and know that everybody had a place to go,
They could be out.
they could be out, and they would be out, and you know, that's something maybe that you know, people can, if anybody's watching this and can help affect that change.
Yes.
You know, do it. It's, you know, okay, so there might be some people in the shelter who might not want an animal there, but guess what? The person who has that animal has every right to be safe as you are, so suck it up.
Right.
You
exactly.
know, I'm sorry, just suck it up. You know, everybody needs to be safe, and everybody deserves to stand that fair chance.
Yeah.
Is Burt going to come back out and say goodnight, or is Burt just parked in the chair?
Burt, come and say hi. Come on, Burt.
Yeah, we've got a couple of minutes, and
Burt.
you know, if anybody wants these cards, if anybody wants to display them, your hope is to have them in stores, in shelters, in pet stores, at the vets.
Pet stores, the veterinarian's office, domestic abuse shelters, any place that's interested in them. Like I said, we've had quite a few shelters reach out to us. Some lawyers' offices have reached out to us. So, I mean, we really appreciate the people that are coming forward. So, I mean, if we could have them everywhere, that'd be great, you know?
So if you've got a business, if you've got, you know, any place at all that you could display the cards, you'd be doing something to help.
Yeah.
And they would get in touch with you.
They can contact us on Juno's Place on her Facebook page, or at Juno's Place at yahoo.com.
Okay.
So they can, and we can send them out a packet.
And you know, do something with it and be part of the solution. And you know, that's everybody should do something.
Yeah.
And we're going to say goodnight now. Deb, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Juno
having
and
us.
Burt, thank you. Ma, thank you. We're going to say peace.
Peace.
Love. And dogs.
And dogs.
We did it. Yay. And there goes Burt again.
There goes Burt again.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Thank you very much.